joke was too good to be off there. Welcome back, everyone, to Final Teams. And as always, I'm joined by the lovely, the perfect in every single way, the Leckus Doggers, who's just eye-rolled. How are you doing? You right, mate?
I'm just pumped, mate. It feels like finals. I know it's not finals, but it feels like finals, Pom. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot to talk about. There's heaps happening. A couple of surprises we'll drop in chat, and one I'll drop. We told the fans they'd get it, and I'm going to deliver it.
You know what is amazing, and no one's talking about this? This is the last regular season teams of the year until that's 2 weeks' time when we've got finals. Mate, we'll do a finals team.
We've never had to do it before. We're going to have to change something. We're going to have to wear like suits or something. I don't know. We're going to have to. We never really planned this far ahead. Normally we're depressed by now. It's fantastic.
Let Dog, question from the legend that is Dion Silberman. Who do you want to play in finals?
Oh, I'd like to play GWS 2 weeks in a row. Hit them with some quirky team selection tonight, and then double up, smash them in front of 90,000 Carlton supporters next week or 2 weeks from now. What permutations can we get? We can also face Western Bulldogs. I think is it Bulldogs and GWS are the most common opponents, and there's some other craziness that can happen.
Yeah, if Jesus chooses this weekend for his second coming, it could be Essendon as well. I mean, unlikely though. Do you know what I mean? I don't plan on celebrating the rapture this weekend. I mean, obviously, teams are due to drop in about 5 minutes, or if you are watching in France, Saint-Menu. They are. Who says I'm not cultured? You can get fucked if you've said that. These are the expected teams according to ESPN, Fox Footy, and a variety of other places. It's obviously Cripper is no longer in the team. He was replaced in the list by Ed Kerner, but they are going with Walsh, Hewitt, Akers, TDK, Cherrett, and Dow are our mids followers. Backline Newman, Wheatering, Kemp, Fisher, McGovern, Sard, Martin, Mackay, Cottrell, Motlop, Charlie, Owies forwards, and then the bench being Ollens, Fogarty, Chin, Cotter, and Cunningham. And you can imagine if Ed Kerner is in, that would allude to Ed Kerner's the sub. I mean, let's not even argue, chat.
Don't need to. Don't even need to discuss it, mate. The only way Ed is at sub is if it gets to Sunday, Charlie has wrapped up the Coleman, he's laid out, and they go, well, we don't need to play Ed if Charlie's not in the team. It's the only way.
Hey, well, I mean, look, it's going to be good. And I mean, I'm sure everyone in the chat is excited about on Sunday that we're going to basically see Charlie get back-to-back. He'll get the third as well in a row. Don't worry. Early call. I called he'd go back-to-back. I called he'd win the first one. Third one, he'll lock it away as well. Join some illustrious people. But obviously, that JS asks, are we worried that JSauce? No.
Not worried. No. Not worried.
Do you know what I mean? I honestly, I care more that my tea time tomorrow is 9:30 and it doesn't rain. We have got another team to play, GWS, who obviously do need to win this game to lock in finals. However, they are probably in pole position. However, Geelong have tanked. So they probably do need to win this game, to be fair. But their team is meant to be Buckley, Taylor, Connor Iden, the only Pom-Born player in the league, Ash, Himmelberg, Whitfield, Kelly, Green, Cumming, Briggs, Ward, Cornelio, Bedford, Riccardi, Daniels, Lloyd, Hogan, Green, Flynn, Haynes, Brown, Perryman. So nothing too spectacular there. I mean, does anyone else think GWS remind you a little bit of Audi, the shop? Like, they kind of look... No, but what I mean is, though, they kind of look like brand names, but they're not. Because, like, Kelly hasn't done anything of worth since he was linked to us in 2018. Cornelio just goes on a yacht. And Toby Green just does Toby Green stuff. I mean, these are the most talked about team. I want to have a little bit of a rant here. I have never heard a team as hyped as these guys. Like, honestly, like, fuck me. What is going on? The press love GWS, don't they?
They do. There's probably a little instruction from the AFL that they should be talking about GWS, but I guess I don't know. Everyone thought they were going to be terrible this year, and it looks like they're probably going to scrape into finals. So good on them, I guess. There was that obviously a lot of discussion about Kingers taking over up there, and should we have had him? Should we have gone him over Voss? There was all that. There's been a lot to this. They lose players every year. They manage to still be okay. I don't know. Any team that's playing like, I don't know, who have they got that I can make fun of? Matthew Flynn in it is just a kind of a pretend team, isn't it?
Matthew Flynn, isn't that a kids' TV show? Or that's Huckleberry Finn, but he was
Lockie Keefe played last week as backup ruck, so I can't believe he's still in the AFL. Nothing against him. It's just literally amazing that he is.
Shout out to Damo. Good day, mate. My fellow Wezzy, the lovely Shannon Gore, co-host of the AFLW show. Make sure you check that out. So obviously, I can't stand seeing that orange. I would rather do one of the saw trials. But this is it. To answer your question, Divi City, not underestimating them. Please don't put words in my mouth. My exact words were, have you ever seen a side that is so overestimated in the media? There's a big difference. Do you know what I mean? Different verb. To underestimate, to overestimate. But this is it, isn't it? So obviously the teams are in. Chat, tell me, are we going to see something different on the subs bench, or am I getting Ed Kerner?
Why are you even asking? Hey, while chat ponders that, I'm going to drop a message in chat, Palm.
Chat. Leg Dog is going to pay one of his promises to you. This is well worth a watch.
I said if we made finals, I'd drop the rap video I made in 12 years ago. Jesus Christ. Which, no joke, got me my career today, which in a roundabout way. Anyway, I've dropped it in chat. It's for watching after the stream, chat. It's for watching after the stream.
Chat, anyway. Make sure you watch that. And I would like you all to, if you want to get into my DMs and tell me how much you enjoyed it, let me know. But obviously the teams are meant to be announced. Just for those asking about Ed Kerner, the reports are Patrick Cripps has been replaced in the squad by Edward Kerner. So I agree with Divi City. I reckon it's the farewell game, isn't it? I mean, it is. But chat, what are we expecting in this game? Are you expecting a win? I've seen some people on message boards, and I actually feel physically sick when people say we're going to lose this one, because I know Cripps is good, but do you know what I mean? Like, Walsh and Chera are in, and they've beaten good teams without them. So I still think this is a Carlton win.
Me too. I think clearly we've proven that we can win games regardless of who's in. Cripper does something a little bit different, but that's the beauty of a George Hewitt or having an Ed Kerno or you know having those sort of bigger bodied guys in our team, is that you can cover him. I think this is a win, Pom. I think this is one where you can play around a little bit in game. I'm in two minds, and you can speak to this. I used to work a little bit in sort of high performance for the Hockey Roos and the Kookaburras, and they were very much like, no, you don't mess with anything, you don't try stuff. When you're playing a international, you do it as if you're going to execute it, even if you're playing the same team in two nights time. But there's a little part of me that just wants to see some chaos before we face off potentially against these guys again in 2 weeks' time in front of 90,000 Carlton fans. Like, I think we're going to win, but I don't mind stuffing around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great chance. I mean, the way I look at it at the moment, players like Dow and Fisher have got a real chance to cement their place. We've got a real chance to see how that rotation works. And to answer your question, Josh, he has been injured. He only returned to training on Wednesday. So he will be way short of match fitness. So you don't need Kennedy when you've got Hewitt at the moment. And obviously that midfield. I mean, let's talk about that midfield. This is a midfield that is humming at the minute.
Teams are
and
dropping.
They've just added
Teams are dropping.
2 extras in there as we wait for the team. So the teams, Leg Dog.
Yes.
I will let you read the teams out while I make what we're looking at factual.
The Blues in Adam Chera, Lockie Fogarty, Mitch McGovern, Sam Walsh, out Cripps, Saunus, Doherty, Saunus, Ed Kerno, Caleb Marchbank, and Mark Pittonet. Your team lines up as Brody Kemp, Jacob Wiedering, Alex Chin-Cotter, Adam Sard, Mitch McGovern, Nick Newman. In the centre, Akers, Walsh. Oh, we like Walsh in the guts. Hollins. Half forwards, Jack Martin, Harry Mackay, David Cunningham, Lockie Fogarty, Charlie Curnow, Matt Owies. On the ball, Tom DeConning, Adam Chera, George Hewitt, Sexy, Interchange, Matty Cottrell, Paddy Dow, Zach Fisher, Jesse Motlop, and your emergencies. One of these will be your sub, and potentially there might be a late in or two. Ed Kerno. So I'll stop there. No, Ed Kerno, Corey Durden, Caleb Marchbank, and Mark Pittonet are the emergencies. It's a tasty team. Bit of extra pressure. They've backed in Cunningham to play again. So him, Fogarty, Martin, Owies, plenty of pressure there with Motlop on the bench. I like it. And I'll read out, just for fun, I'll read out the GWS team. In comes Ryan Angwin. Out goes Josh Fahey. They're 2 players you've never heard of and potentially never will hear of again. I'm sassy tonight. Jack Buckley, Sam Taylor, Connor Iden, Lockie Ash, Harry Himmelberg, Lockie Whitfield, Kelly Green coming, Bedford Riccardi, Daniels, Lloyd Hogan Green, Briggs in the ruck, and they haven't brought in a second ruck. Kellen Ward, Stephen Gnigliog. Oh, sorry, that's what we call him on my show. Canelio, Ryan Angwin, Harry Perryman, Lockie Keefe as backup ruck, Callum Brown, and their emergencies will be Toby McMullen, Nick Haynes, Josh Fahey, or Matt Flynn.
Well, I mean, no real selection surprises, really. But, I mean, let's talk about Carlton. I do think it's really interesting as the teams are just loading up now for you to talk. But if you were listening, you would have got that, Dog. I do find it real interesting that the team has brought in an extra small, which I think is really good in the terms of that there's probably, if we're honest with ourselves, one too many mids playing when Cripps is fit. So we get a real good look at which is the best combination of them forwards headed into finals, which obviously Motlop shone without Fogarty last week. He really took that role really well. And obviously Walsh and Chera get a chance really of real heavy inside minutes this week, don't they, as well, to really cement their fitness and their claim where they are.
That's true. And I just want to address the comments, mate. There's quite a few people asking if Pitto's injured, managed, what's going on. I'm going to read verbatim from the team selection. Also coming out of the side are Caleb Marchbank and Mark Pittonet, who have been omitted. So they have been omitted. They are not injured. They have been omitted.
If you watched the team show with me and Let Dog, Ian and Co on Wednesday, a few of you were mean to Uncle Pom for dropping Marchbank and Pittonet. I mean, I'd say you would have hurt my feelings.
Did we end up?
If I had any.
Do you remember? Did we end up just going the solo ruck? I reckon we just went TDK in the end when we selected that team.
We did, yeah. And Aidan, and for those worried about it, we did discuss it when I gave my reasoning. So for those who weren't in the stream that day, the numbers of Pittonet and the second ruck are almost pathetic when TDK has solo rucked. So you're talking 10 to 12. So the argument of playing even a second ruck is probably pointless, really, that Harry, Charlie, and Cripper have all in-game spread that load a lot more when Cruiser was playing, even. So really, I don't mind it. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's a big problem. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's a big problem. And I think TDK, credit to him, has worked really hard this year on maximising his output, which I think now is probably, as proven this year, he's beaten some of the best ruckmen in the league.
Yeah, and I think the other thing to just touch on there, Pom, is as we spoke about on Wednesday, this is the week to try it out, right? So if TDK does go in and get absolutely battered and we realize we're short of ruck and we don't have any backup, blah, 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 well, then you can address it. This is the week to test it. But I'm with you. And I've come a long way around on TDK from where he was at the start of this year. He's put in the work, credit to him. So give him the first crack. Let him have a look at Kieran Briggs and Lockie Keefe. And I'm with you. Harry Mackay up forward can put his hand up in the defense. I mean, like, people yelled at me last time I said this. It's like, who cares? Like, we're a clearance beast of a team. That's where we get our wins from. And I think our players are good enough to shark hit outs or get them hit out to advantage. So,
shark. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood.
The official term, sharking a hit out, -5 super coach points.
I mean, obviously, we are in a very good mood. And obviously, with this, there is another team here. So just for confirmation for you lovely ladies and gentlemen in chat, that is GWS's side. So pretty much what we showed you earlier, Angwin's in, not the other big guy. Who was it? Flynn,
yeah, he's their emergency. So they may stuff around, but it looks like they're going to go Briggs Keefe.
And this is a big game, really, for GWS, not so much us, in the avenue that they, like we said, have to win. So, because I'm telling you now, Geelong have tanked. Like, they've brought in Dave from the Dog and Duck to play this weekend. Like, they have given up. I've got one more treat for your chat as well. This is the show that probably evolves just as much as the rating show that
which has come along
with Terry. We try and add something new. What I've done here is the last 5 games of the key performance indicators used by Champs Data to give you a last 5 games little story of the tape. Right? So these are some of the numbers in the last 5 weeks that is very, very exciting to look at. So some ones that I want you to look at, particularly with the way that both styles play. You're playing the side that runs the ball more than any other side in the back half of the ground, GWS, with the team that has the highest pressure rating in the forward half of the ground in Carlton. So it's a big myriad. But this is where both sides pride themselves on, right? Plus 14.2 clearance differential, plus 2.2 contested possession differential. So these are 2 key battlegrounds that you're really going to see Mr. Paddy Dow have a bit of fun with.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Paddy Dow. We've talked about it all year. He's been able to find a way into the team, but all year we've been saying, well, he's playing the Paddy Cripps role, and that's why he's not going to get in this team. He gets his opportunity not only to stay in the team, but to play his preferred role this week, which is really, really exciting. And I think, we're a very good clearance team. We're a very good contested team. That's where we're going to win. There's a couple of people are talking about all the pundits have been talking about our turnover game and how we're not scoring off turnover, blah, blah, blah. But this game, I think, is going to come down to clearance and the coalface, as they say. And that's where Paddy Dow stands up. GWS are pretty dangerous. Their small defenders are solid and their small forwards can get a hold of oppositions. But I really think that with Sard and Newman and that, we're going to win this one by forward pressure and contested ball in the middle, which is what we've been doing for 9 weeks now.
Mate, spot on. And honestly, please, if you do something, do you know what I mean? Don't listen to the turnover game, right? Because what they're not telling you, since that stat has been correlated, that wasn't the whole season. Do you know what I mean? That when they gave you the whole season stats, it was well documented that Carlton ranked quite low on it anyway. But when they circle it down, 3 of the last 5 sides are top 4, right, in turnover against. They don't actually turn it over. So it's a very interesting stat and a manipulation because genuinely the turnover stat is only important if you are like Richmond and you rank 8th and 9th in stoppage scores, clearance scores, and do you know what I mean? Organic scores, which Carlton at the moment rank in the top 6 for all of them stats. So you're always going to have one little lower effort in there. You're always going to. And particularly, genuinely speaking, stoppage and clearance sides score, and that's where the highest mark of turnover is, right? Do you know what I mean? Out the back. So Carlton is dominating that avenue. So ergo, they don't get the easy cough-up ball as they clear their lines in the back half of the ground. So it's a real warp stat, chat. It's real important when these guys talk about stats, they paint a picture of what it means, because any dickhead could give you a stat. A proper dickhead will explain it to you. I agree with Weil, our good mate. TDK, he's great. And this is true. So TDK is copying a lot of hate at the moment with marks, but suddenly the marks become less important when he's a primary ruck, because then he's just going body or body with that. That's more of a point of difference when he's going 50-50. Now he's going to be doing 100% of the work. So I think this is a really good chance here for him to float down the back of the ball with Marchbank being out, which was what Voss really enjoyed deploying him when we turned it around and he was rocking on his own. What are Chat's thoughts on Lekdog? What are your thoughts on that?
No, you took the words out of my mouth. So TDK drops marks when he's presenting as a forward target a lot of the time. But you go and look through all the marks he does take, particularly all the hangers he takes. They're always from the defensive side because he's quite good at reading the play and being able to use his opposition to sort of, propel himself upwards. A lot harder to do when the ball's coming towards him, and he's got a defender draping over him. When he's the one coming from behind, he's much better marked. So I agree. That's the benefit of having as the ruck. A healthy Pitto, I would argue, does more in the ruck than TDK. I'm talking, this is early part of the year, not recent. But TDK has really improved in what he does in the ruck. And if he's not required to be forward, he's that little extra avenue, kind of like what Liam Jones used to do, where he'd push up the ground and take those high contested marks from the defensive side. We see Harry do that on the offensive side for us. But I'm really excited to see TDK go back behind the ball at times, because he will, and he'll be able to. And you've looked at the forward line we've brought in. We've got the two talls in the forward line. We've got the extra small. They're going to probably look to use him in defense rather than up forward, would be my guess.
Mate, I agree with you. And we go to our favourite time of the show tonight, right? Our favourite time of the show, where I ask you guys questions. But what I want you to do for me this week, and this is really important, we talked last week about energies. If you're on the watch along, we really got together. We had some real nice harmonic moments. We had our own, Lekdog, you weren't there, but we had our own Kerno campfire. It was pondering with Pom, and we got around it about getting behind them. So this week, I want no rubbish on socials. I want to see none of you guys and girls, because I trust you guys and girls to drive the mentality. I want none of this GWS are good, right? None of this GWS are good bollocks. I want none of this Carlton need to take them serious bollocks. They have proven to you in the last 9 weeks of this season that they are about their task and they care and they work things out, right? I want none of this XYZ should have played. Where's this person? Why isn't this person playing? I certainly want no bollocks like, I was on Paddy Dow in 2017. No one gives a fuck, right? What you're going to do this week for me, chat, is we're all going to be together stronger, right? And we're going to get behind these fuckers, and we're going to push them over the line, and they're going to go 10 in a row. They have a week off. They probably have a beer around Charlie Kerno's house, reinforce it, and then they'll smash whichever other dickhead wants to come for us round 8. Because it's no longer about what the opposition does. We are the 5th best side of the country all year and the number 1 side on form over the last 10 weeks after the bye. So they have to adapt to us. We impose, they react. So, chat, that being said, how many touches is big fucking Paddy Dow having against Stephen Canelio this weekend, chat? Give me your number. Leg Dog, give me your number.
That's a good question. Paddy Dow, not a massive accumulator, but I'm going to give him 25 touches. So he's not your 30 plus man. He's 25 good touches and good clearances. Hey, shout out to, by the way, Bevtone in chat said they saw me at the Broden Kelly podcast last night. You should have come and said g'day. Come and say g'day next time.
Adam King, I'm waiting for your answer because I know that you are the biggest Paddy Dow fan, right? Probably just behind Debbie. 25, 22. I love this. I'm with Weil. I think he's going to have 20, 21, 22 and a couple of goals.
I'd love that. I'd love to see him hit the scoreboard. He deserves it.
I think he's going to have a couple of it. Did I miss it, Adam? Probably. Oh, well, there you are. Adam said 25. Hey,
that makes me feel better.
There you are. To answer your question, Shane, I am working on getting the other one, mate, the other Irish lad, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Right, next question. All right. Who has more touches, Sam Walsh or Adam Cerra?
Oh, that is a very good question, Pom. That's a very good question. My gut instinct, like the maths would say it's Cerra, but my gut instinct is that Walsh is gonna just remind everyone, because there was all that bullshit talk. Oh, he's always injured. Oh, he's dropped off a bit. Oh, they don't need him as much anymore, mate. I think he's gonna absolutely dominate this week. So I'm gonna go Sam Walsh. Sam Walsh over Adam Cerra.
Oh, tell you what, you're getting some
Sergio.
Getting some Walsh. We've got the lovely Novellin. She's saying Cerra. Binksy and Heidi, they're saying Walsh. Big Danny K, the legend. He's got a great picture as well. He's got my second favourite Doctor Who. I don't think that's from Doctor Who though. It's not. Can't remember the film. That's where he plays the devil, isn't it?
Potentially, or it's from that Marvel show where he was the bad guy. Which is Jessica Jones season 1. He was an awesome bad guy in that, Mr. Tennant. Anyway,
I love the way that you and me just fucking digress. Chat. I'm gonna say Cerra because I am that brave. I'm gonna go with it. It is Jessica Jones. I love David Tennant. I agree. I think it. And then final obscure one. Because all I care about is this really now, because it's a dead rubber. Charlie Curnow, how many goals is he kicking?
Let me ponder that. I'll give you one more Tennant factoid while I give you an answer. He is the voice of the robot in the new Star Wars Ahsoka series. So worth watching. 2 episodes out. I'm not paid by Disney. Charlie Curnow is going to... Who's playing on him? Harry Himmelberg? Sam Taylor? Doesn't matter.
I'd imagine it'd be Taylor.
Charlie Curnow he's gonna have wrapped up the Coleman. I don't think Tex is kicking 7 or 8, whatever he needs. So he's gonna kick. How many does he kick? 75 or 76?
It's 75, mate.
He's kicking 5 goals. He's just gonna get to a nice, neat 80 goals. He's kicking 5.
For those who watched mine and Terry's preview of the season, I already told you it's 6 goals because he wins the Coleman on 81. So
well, there you go.
So they are and a few of you got 6. But Mrs. Pom will know more than me because she's got it right every year. Her future is completely linked to Mrs. Pom. All right, chat. Final scores. Who's winning this belter?
If I see one person tip GWS, they're banned from the channel. The Blues are winning, obviously. With the donation.
With the $15 donation for 5 goals.
For Chewy. The Blues are going to win. We are going to kick. We're going to score 97 points. GWS are going to score 68 points. I don't know what that is. That's 29 points. We win by just under 5 goals. Just enough for Charlie, because when he kicks 5 or 6, it'll be like, see, we did need him to kick him because we just won't quite win enough by one Charlie Curnow worth.
Sorry, Leg Dog, you doing the tube. Just where is my life descended to? We got some absolute belters. Pommy's absolutely thrown. We got 20 points. We got 28. We got 40. We've got 42. We got 46. Terry appreciated. I'm assuming 24, 36, 28,
Edwina
97.
29. Love that.
I'm gonna say Blues by 19. I agree. Lockie, if he did $20 in 99 donations, there would be no show because I'd just be giggling like a girl, to be honest.
He's a great man. He's a great man, Chewy.
It was how you broke intelligent structure. Just I'm going to be rewatching that, lads. But
it's exciting to be here, mate. It's a big week for us. It's a big week. It's bloody fun too.
I have no idea what has gone on in the last 10 minutes. I've had like kind of an out-of-body experience. But chat, what I want you to do is get some rest. Big day, right? Big day on Sunday. I do want you all as well, right? All as well on Sunday. We're going to do something new on the watch along, and I expect you to do it at the ground as well. At the start, when they run out, I want a nice little chant of the Seven Nation Army, right? Get yourselves pumped up. We're going to be doing it on the watch along. And also we're going to do a little bit of an intro for the players. I do think the players don't get enough love before they go out. But yeah, rest up tonight, rest up tomorrow, go and play golf, go and do whatever you find fun, fishing, doing Star Wars impressions if you like, dog. And then Sunday, wherever you are, they need you and your spirit. So cheer hard. Go Blues, let dog. What are you doing for the rest of the week?
Mate, rest of the week, well, Jock Reynolds is done now, so that's finished up. I've got the afternoon off tonight. I'm just going to watch footy and relax. It's nice to have wrapped that up. It's been a bit emotional, but yeah, no, I'm going to the game on Sunday, so if you see me, come and say g'day. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just relaxing, mate. I'm envisioning Charlie Curnow kicking 6 goals. That's what I'm doing.
Mate, I love it. And for those chat, make sure that you get around Let Dogs rap video. It is the best thing ever. That's us for the evening, though. We love you very much. Look after yourselves. Go Blues. Go Blues!
Up the baggers!